Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. When we left off, we had resumed work on producing some transportation structures for ourselves, including the planetary logistics station and hopefully, ideally, the interplanetary or the interstellar logistics station. We'd like to get up to orbital collectors. We're not getting any... What are we missing here? We're missing processors. Right, okay. So there are processors available, a few, and there should be some of the other things as well. Anyway, what we've come up against is, in addition to processors, we clearly don't have anywhere near the amount of particle containers we need. We're producing 75 per minute, but we'd like to be producing more. And to do that, we're going to need to make some more electromagnetic turbines. Additionally, we'd like more of these supermagnetic rings, which also require electromagnetic turbines. So I know we have tons of motors in the system. We built, I believe, a 360 per minute, which we can't be using. But I think magnets are our weak spot. So we just last episode put 1800 ingots per minute into the system. That's available. We need some magnets, which means we need some iron veins. And then we can produce some electromagnetic turbines. And I think the place to do that is Alwade 4, our ice planet, where we need to go anyway, because the dark fog has just landed a relay there. And it's building itself up into a base as we speak. It doesn't appear to be destroying anything yet, but it will if we don't put a nip that in the bud. Gosh, speaking is hard sometimes. So I'm going to take a bunch of this stuff, and then we're going to head off to Alwade 4. If I look at defenses, I've got 27 of these, 23 of these, 44 of those, and a bunch of missiles. That's fine. I've got 48 laser turrets. We're good to go there. In terms of production, I could use some more smelters and assembling machines for what I plan to do there. Let's go ahead and grab, let's say, 50 of these. That was the wrong tile. I think I put... the wrong thing in. Or did I? No, that's assembly machines. Where are my turrets? Those are those colors. Right, okay. So we got 50 assembly machines. Let's grab some smelters as well. There we go. That's 50 smelters. Is there anything else we need? We've got plenty of belts, right? I could top up my belts. And I could top up my pile sorters as well. I guess I'll just start using pile sorters instead of Mark IIIs. Because I guess they're just better, right? So I don't really need the Mark IIIs anymore. Except where they're used in my... They're currently used in some of my blueprints. And then these Mark IIs we do not need. Right? Right. Okay. Got missiles, we got belts. Let's dump all that there. Okay. Now did I... No matched distributors. I did set a target here, but I never set up... Okay, I never set up the thing to automate that for me. Oh, because it's not full over here. Alright. That's fine. Are you still producing? What are you lacking here? Graphene. Interesting. We might have a bit of a graphene shortage. Okay. Well, nonetheless, let's head out to Alwade 4. Let's see if we can set up some electromagnetic turbine production there, using its iron to make magnets and Alwade 1's copper, plus the motors that are available all over the planet, all over the system from us, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Okay. Let's go. Alright, off to Alwade 4 we go. 2.7 light years away. It's going to take us a minute to get there. So yeah, the idea is we use the remaining iron veins on Alwade 4 to make magnets. And then we set up magnetic coil production using the copper we put into the system last time. And we use those with motors to make electromagnetic turbines. and then we'll put those into PLS and have them available for somebody else to turn into either... We'll go back to Alwade 1 and make more particle containers, and then we'll go somewhere else, or I don't know where we'll go, but we'll make more supermagnetic rings, the blue rings. One other thing we're going to need to do here, which is probably going to be the novelty factor for this episode, is that Alwade 4 is running close to 100% power sufficiency. So the first thing we have to do here is set up some additional power, and I have a very good idea for how to do that. We have a bunch of excess hydrogen that we're currently turning into deuterium, but we also have oodles and oodles of titanium on this planet. So while we can't make deuterium fuel rods, we can make hydrogen fuel rods. And that will power some fusion and get us some power. So I gotta remind myself, where is the deuterium? I need to look for the tanks over here. Okay, so we're gonna go there first. And we're gonna set up hydrogen fuel rod production. Okay, so we want to pull off this hydrogen before it gets put into these rings. There's our carrying capacity. We want to pull off the hydrogen here before it gets turned into rings, before it gets put into the fractionators. So let's set up a little feeder station here. We'll grab these off and put them on here instead. And then we need a little bit of titanium, right? And we have some titanium nearby, I believe. Let me turn on these icons and we'll take a quick peek around. There's titanium there. There's iron there for magnets. Do we have something closer? Yeah, we had a bunch of titanium over here that we're using. There's more iron there. So we may combine those two iron veins and turn them into magnets. I may just put one magnet production here and another one over here and feed them both into... Well, this one's full. This one has space. So we'll send magnets out from here, I think. Okay. In terms of titanium, we're going to go over here. So, how are we producing these hydrogen fuel rods? Let's take a look. Where are you guys? Come on now. All right. So, hydrogen fuel rods are made in assemblers. We can turn 10 hydrogen and 1 titanium into 2 fuel rods. So, I think one of these is probably enough. I don't know how much hydrogen we're producing, but this... We're going to get 10 recipes, so we're going to need 100 hydrogen to support one Mark II assembler. Let's figure out exactly how much hydrogen we're producing here. These guys are making graphene. No, they're making carbon nanotubes. These guys are outputting hydrogen, right? The fire ice goes into the hydrogen. So we're doing 30 recipes per minute, producing 30 hydrogen at each chemical plant. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to produce 150 hydrogen. We could put down 2, I guess. One of them would only operate at half speed. But I don't think we need to, right? I don't think we need to. So let's just do something like this. This will be our assembler. You're going to make hydrogen fuel rods. Hydrogen fuel rods. There we go. You're going to need titanium and hydrogen. Now, we do have a bunch of proliferator here. It might make sense to proliferate our inputs. So let's say we have the titanium coming in like this. Right? So we get hydrogen in one place and titanium coming in from here somehow. Then we can put down... Oh, I don't have any of these. Can I craft a couple? Let's craft 2. We can craft a pair of these and we can just fit them on. Very nice. Okay. Now, where is the closest location for us to grab some... Here we go. We can grab some of this. Now, I forget. Can I just... I can't do a T off. I have to use a sorter to do that. So let's go ahead and let's get this up by 1. Let's set up a line here. Nope. Let's set up a line here. We'll come along this way, over and through. And it actually lines up exactly, I think. Does it line up exactly, or is it too high? Hold on. It does. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so we'll be able to proliferate our inputs before they make their way into the machine. Let's get that hooked up with a sorter. Seems fine. Okay. Let's pull a little bit of hydrogen off until things start looking... Yep, those are proliferated. Okay. Let me go ahead and delete the excess. Very nice. Okay. So you're going to be producing these fuel rods for us. They're going to be proliferated, so we get 25% extra. And you're going to be making what? 12.5 per minute? I don't know how many mini fusion power plants that'll power. Let's start with 2 for now, I guess. So you'll just output your... You'll output your stuff, and it'll come along here and feed into some power plants. Let's go ahead and do some outputs, or rather inputs for you. Like so. And then we'll have an output here. That looks fine. Then we'll have fusion power plants. Maybe 2? To start, just to see how it works. Let's go ahead and hook you up. Looks fine. And then we'll have over here, we'll have some sort of like storage depot for extra. That seems fine. How high can we build this now? We've got 5, 6, 7? We can build 7 high now. That's pretty crazy. Construct a building with at least 7 levels. There's a nice little achievement. All right. Let's connect you up. Seems fine. I don't think we'll ever fill this up, but it's fun to put it down. You know what? I don't think we'll fill it up. Like, 1 is probably enough. I don't need to be wasting storage depots like that. Let's see. You're going to need a little something, something. And then all we need to do now is feed in some ingots. Now, how many ingots do we need? You're going to be operating at 10 recipes per minute, so you'll need 10 titanium ingots. That's barely any. Let's fly over here. 1 smelter should do the trick. This should be more than enough. Where are we taking this? Over to there. So it's going to come along here. It's going to come down this side. All right, fine. So output like so. You feed in to the smelter. You're going to make me titanium ingots. You'll make 30 per minute for 60 ore. That's 3 times what we need. So you'll get backed up very quickly. Let's do some inputs and outputs. We'll need a belt that goes up to... Let's figure this out. What does this look like? So you're going to come... You're going to come over here. You're going to get in the way a little bit, so we'll route around you. That seems fine. Let's cut it a little bit more so we can get around the tank over there as well. And you'll come over this way. I'm building you the wrong way. All right, let's build like this. There we go. Okay. And then we go like this. Make our way over here. You're gonna come up from here like this. Join up to that. Seems good. Let's do a sorter for your ingot output. Let's throw down a power tower. Get that connected to the network with some sort of long stretching... There we go. One will do the trick. Okay. So we start to see titanium ingots come out. Make their way over here. Get proliferated. You start making hydrogen fuel rods and putting them out. These guys start using your fuel. And we'll see how many we produce and how quickly this, like... how quickly they burn them. Interesting, they're not taking them in. Can these fusion power plants not burn hydrogen fuel rods? I would have thought they could. Not strange matter. Why is it always so hard to find everything in this list? Where is it? Why do I not see it here? Here we go. It's a chemical fuel. This is nuclear energy. Ah, so maybe these have to burn in a different building. Okay, hold on. So then they would burn in the thermal power plants, I guess. Like this? Why aren't you feeding in either? Oh, you don't have power? You're not connected? Okay. Well, let's hold off on that for a second. Let's get these connected. There we go. That seems fine. Okay. So how much are you producing then? 2.16 megawatts? That's not as much as I'd hoped. I was really hoping to get some... well, we're not using a huge amount here. I do think we need to provide some extra power. To the network. On demand, like when it's needed. So we'll have to see... This should now be powered, right? Yeah, because it's right next to a power producer. We'll have to see how much this can actually do. How much they can provide. Looks like I don't have a sorter here. Didn't reach across correctly. Those are connected, these are not. Let's see what happens. Do all 6 of these turn on? Or what? The 6th one might be too much. We might not be able to support it with our production here. Yeah, it seems like we can't support 6. We can support 5. So let's not have this one then. And if there is overflow, it'll go in here. All right, so that's a little bit of power from hydrogen fuel rods. Not as much as I'd hoped. So 2.16. I guess if we were proliferating the output, it would have extra energy in it, right? But I don't know if that's worth doing. Maybe? I could make that work. Like if I move this down here. If I move that one here. And then deleted this. I could squeeze in another proliferator, sprayer rather, right here. If I built one. Right? And then we just extend the line out of here. And over to this. Right? So now we're spraying the fuel rods. And they should last a little bit longer, right? Is it, do they last longer or do they proliferator effect? Used as a fuel, it can generate extra energy. Yeah, so this has gone up to 2.59. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So if we take everything out of this one so that it's only using proliferated fuel, what does it go up to? Maybe once it hits 10, it'll tell me. Or maybe it's burning one right now. Yeah, maybe the one it's burning right now needs to finish. Probably this yellow line here. And then we'll see. $2.7 megawatts. Okay. That's actually a fairly sizable increase across 5 of these. So that produces a little extra power, I guess, for the network. It was like near 100% consumption at one point last episode, which is why I was worried about it and thought I would do this. But hey, you know what? We learned something. We learned a little bit about hydrogen fuel rods and how they're produced, where they're burned, how proliferating fuel acts on the energy output. All that's good noise. So, next up, we want to start making some magnets and maybe some electromagnets using copper from the network. We saw that there was steel nearby. Let's take another look. We've got iron here and up there, right? So, there's also iron there. I think these two are closer together. Let's pull these into magnets, and then we'll pull some copper ingots out, and we'll make some electromagnets. Let's call down copper ingots. We're going to supply locally and demand remotely. And let's also call in some motors. Same deal. Or actually, I don't know that we're going to I don't know that we need to supply. Could be storage. No, we'll do that. That's fine. So let's demand and demand. And we'll see those come in. Okay. So we'll be able to turn the iron into magnets, turn that into electromagnets, and turn those with the motors into electromagnetic turbines. So this is our end goal. We want to supply a bunch of these so that we can increase our production of the particle containers which use them and the supermagnetic rings which use them. Looks like we also want to, for the supermagnetic rings, we also want to dump some extra magnets into the system as well. So let's head over here in between these two iron veins. So we have iron here, which we can route up that way, and we have iron here. Right? So right in the middle here seems pretty good. We're right on the pole, so it's going to be very difficult to build there, actually. Should I come down a little bit closer to... Maybe we'll come over here like this. And we'll build in this band. So let's see. I would like to mark out my workspace. Do I want to go down one more band? Because where's that iron? It's like, it's right over here. There's iron right there. So we could just kind of like, whatever we want to build from it, we could just bring the ore up into this band and move it sideways. And then the other iron is over there. Or no, it's right up there at the pole, right? Is that the one I'm looking at? I guess it is, yeah. So we'll route that around here. It's hard to see. Yeah, that's in this band. There's some kind of a weird... Yeah, it's in this band here. And the other one's just below this band. So this probably is the band where I want to work. So 2 down. See if I can figure it out. No, I want to be in the band right next to the tanks, it looks like. Okay. So let's sit down and let's mark out a space. Let's go ahead and set it to just be a nice dark black, I think is fine. So let's do like this here and then check. So 1 square down, 2 squares up. That's our working area. So like that and that. So this is our working band. Something like this. We want to stay within this area. Okay. So given that, we want to produce electromagnetic turbines, let's have the electromagnetic turbine producers up here on the right, and then we'll bring whatever we need in. So how many would I like? I mean, ideally, I'd like a fairly large amount. Let's say we plop you down right here, like that. And you're going to make electromagnetic turbines. How many can you make and what do you need? You're going to do 30 per minute. So ideally, I'd like maybe 180. So we would need 6 of you. And you need 2 inputs. You need motors, which we're going to call in, and magnets, which we're going to make. You need 60 magnets, right? Or sorry, 60 magnetic coils. So how many magnetic coils can we make is the next question. Let's say we stagger magnetic coils over here. Can you make 60 or do you make less than that? You can make 120, actually. You can make 120. So we need 6 of you and 3 of you. So like for every 2 of these that we have, we need 1 of these to the left of it, feeding it. So we need something like this, right? Where you're going to be producing magnetic coils, which will feed into, which will be a source to feed into this. Now, you are going to need another belt with other inputs, so we actually need to move this back a bit. There needs to be room for another belt. And your output can be 1 to the left. Actually, we can have you like this. Yeah, we can have you like that. But then it needs to be back 1. All right. So you're going to output, there's going to be another belt here for the other ingredient. You're going to be outputting your magnetic coils there. And then you guys are going to pull them in like here. And that leaves your middle free to pull in the other ingredient, right? So that looks fine. The other ingredient's going to be motors. And motors are probably actually going to be running the other direction because they're going to be coming from that tower. So let's reverse this. Okay. So we've got the beginnings of a build here. Let's extend our belts for a bit. So we're going to want 6 of these, we decided, right? To make 180 electromagnetic turbines per minute? Or do we want to go bigger than that? I think we can afford to go bigger than that. We could do 360 if we get 12 here. I think we can make this work. So let's get 12, shall we? Let's see. You need to be... How do you line up so that you're... Yeah, like that. So we need... That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is it... What's the problem? Lack of item. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me build what I can build then. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6. What is it complaining about? Did I not bring enough? What is it saying I don't have? Lack of oh, it's the Mark IIs. The Mark II assembling machines. Right. I think rather than crafting them, it's going to be faster for me to go home and grab some. Well, let me see. How long would it take me to craft another, like, what do I need? I need 12 more or so? Total? I can only produce 2 because of graphene. Yeah, I'm going to have to fly home and get more of these. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that pretty quickly, I think. In fact, I might just cut the video here. Alright guys, I made a quick trip back home and grabbed a bunch of Mark II assemblers here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna need a few more. We want to get 12 up and running, I think. So let's come out to the edge here. Make sure we have our belts ready. Let's try to build 6 more of these now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have the magnets coming in on this line, and then the motors will be coming out to here. So this line is done here. We want the magnets to be moving to the right as they're produced. And we want the full output of this device, which is going to produce 60 magnets per minute, is going to be consumed by these two, which consume 30 each, right? No, I was wrong. It's 2 for 1. It's 30 recipes. It's 30 recipes, but it's 60 magnets. So your full output goes into the guy across the way from you, right? Oh no, you produce 120. That's right. You produce 120. So 120 magnets will feed both of these. So we just then want to do this. Let's grab this and start spreading it from here. And then we space it out quite a bit. Like that, I think. Yeah, that looks right. Let's just double check that all those work correctly. So you are outputting to the left of you, and then you're outputting to the left of your input as well. Okay, so you're going to output magnets, and these two guys are going to pull them in and eat them. Okay. So we need to put in, no, the magnets are not coming from external. They're being produced here. So then we're done with this here, right? You're going to start magnets on this line, and it's going to go that way. We do need to get motors out and onto this other line. So let's work on that. Where are the motors available? Right there? Okay. So the motor line is the second one, right? The one moving right to left? Yep. Okay. We don't need you. This little piece of conveyor belt doesn't need to be there. And then for this belt, we need to bring it in from over to the right here. So let's keep moving along this line until we can get to up here. Let's pull out some motors. I think that's fine. We'll come down to like... We'll come out to here. Then over, and actually, why don't we use a diagonal here? Why not, right? Seems cool enough. Pun intended for my icy planet here. That seems very nice. That seems pretty functional. And you're going to output motors. Okay, so motors are online. Now we need to get magnets up and running. I should focus on putting down power in the right place here. So one next to each of these seems good. It should cover everything up till now. That seems fine, and then we can connect it up with a wireless power tower a la like so. Okay. So, you now need copper, which is also going to come from one of the towers. You need a copper line, and then we need the magnets. So who's got the copper? You have the copper. Okay. The copper lines come down here. Like so. Up to something like that. And then why don't we just mimic the existing line here? Why not? Okay, that seems fine. Come out of here. And then I think we need one more like this. Did I need that one or not? I might not have. Hold on. Let's see. Can you make it here? Like so. I think you can. Oh, it says collide with other... Yeah, it can't quite get there. But we can come here and then come down to like this. That's cool. Okay, that works. You're going to be copper ingots. Okay, very nice. So the copper ingots flow. Okay, it's looking good. Let's get some inputs going. So you guys are going to eat up, what? 60 times 6? 360 copper ingots? That's fine. We did like 1,800. To make twice as many magnets. Let's feed that in. Ah, that one's wrong. Excuse me. We need you rightward. Same for you. And same for you. Okay. So then all we need is to produce some magnets from this iron. And how much exactly do we need? We need... This is going to be running at full speed, 100% efficiency. So 120 magnets times 6 is 720 magnets. All right. Let's clean up our foundation a little bit. Let's remove some of this color from where it's not supposed to be. That didn't go quite the way I wanted. There we go. Okay, we'll get the lower half once we're done with... Well, we know we're going to pull in 720 magnets from... I don't know if we can make 720 magnets just from that iron. Maybe we can if we're not worried about burning it out. Like, what's the actual reserve here? Almost 1 million iron? And we're talking about using what? A smelter makes 1 magnet from 1 ore. So 720 is roughly 1,000. We could get 1,000 minutes out of that patch if we overexploited it. Like maybe another 30%, like 1,300 minutes. So that's 20 hours of gameplay before it runs out and we have to find another patch to mine? That might be okay. I mean, the other patch is down here. We've got iron there. Are those being exploited? I think they are. No, they're not. So there's iron around. It's just like not exactly convenient to get it. I guess we'll just exploit the crap out of this. Oh, and look at this. I forgot about this. This is built up to intolerable levels. This is a level 5. It's about to launch a I better go deal with this. Damn it. Oh boy. Okay. Where is it attacking? Let's switch to missiles and help out. They're coming over this way. Okay. Let's fight off the assault first. Make sure you guys have some missiles. Okay. Let's actually put down another... Let's get started destroying this right now. What's happening? I don't have... Sorter Mark II. Let's upgrade that. Okay. Let's overwrite this, what is this called? New blueprint 0012? Okay. Let's recopy this. Save blueprint. Okay. Let's creep forward a little bit. We can do it now. We should be able to do it just with some missile towers. So like we put this forward. It gets protected. Comes online. Targets more stuff. There we go. Did we get it? Alright, I think we got it. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, now we can set down our typical setup to keep this relay locked in place. 1 and 2. Get some power. I think I'll even leave this additional hardpoint in place here. And then let me take a look at the planet. Where do we have another relay? More dark fog. We just did. Are there any other relays on this planet? Not right now. Yeah, we have destroyed cores that we're protecting, but only the one dark fog relay. Okay, we can get back to what we were doing now. I just sort of noticed. I think I mentioned this at the end of last episode, and I never quite remembered to go do it. Alright, so we need to mine out all this iron. We said we needed 720 magnets, right? That's what we need here? Yeah, we need magnets. And we need... Yeah, we're doing 60 recipes per minute. Requires 120 magnets. We've got 6, so we need 720. One smelter making magnets makes what? It takes you 1.5 seconds, so you make, what, 40 per minute? Is that right? 4 gets you 6, so 40 gets you 60. Yeah. So one smelter makes 40 per minute. 720 divided by 40 is what? 720 divided by 40 is 18. So we need 18 smelters, and we need 720 ore. Okay. I think the way to do this is with a double line around the ore line. So let's say we have the ore line coming like... Where do we want this? Roughly up around here. Say we have the ore line coming here. And we put 9 smelters on either side. So let's get like 1 smelter here. You're gonna make magnets. You're gonna pull in magnets. Your output line's gonna come along here. Yeah, that's perfect. We want it right on this line. Okay. So... your output line's gonna be here. I need to get some more... couple more stacks of this stuff, the Mark III belts. Let's actually move you up then to be right next to it. And then we'll move this whole line up as well. So the incoming ore line here goes along this ordinal, or this latitude. We have our second smelter here, or actually let's just set this to magnets. We'll copy it down like this. And then ideally, we have a little teeny tiny belt that goes up and over, like so, right? So then both of you guys take ore off of this line. Then you output there, you output there, and you join this line here. Right? Right. Okay. So... now we should be able to just copy this and paste it. Let's Control C. Let's grab this. Let's actually go ahead and throw down a power tower too that covers everything. That looks good. So we'll Control C. We'll grab all of this. No, not quite like that. We'll grab exactly what we need. Use now. And then we just slam down 9 more of these wherever we can fit them. So I think we go like this. 1, 2, yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shift enter. Let's see if that works as I intended it to. So we're missing a few things here. We're missing the sorters, it looks like. So the output belts worked. For whatever reason, the other belts did not. Alright, so... what do I need here? I need more sorters. We need to do... we gotta do inputs from the ore line. Input, 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 input. I'm gonna say it a few more times because we got a few more to make. Input, input, and input, input. Okay. Now these guys' outputs are done. The top rows are not for whatever reason. Let's do outputs. And then the little mini belts have to be output as well, right? Logistics carrier capacity increased, very nice. All that research going on in the background is great. We should be done with the ore right here. That's the ore input. So let's get our ore setup done. We want 720, so we're gonna just, like, double mine the shit out of this. Okay, let's grab those 7. That's 300. And then we'll grab... let's see if I can get this. Those 6. So that's 550. And then we'll come around and double mine over here. We'll just grab these. That should get us up to 800-ish. Yeah, that should be sufficient. It'll mine out the double mine ones faster, but I think that's okay. Let's get this all joined up. So, you're the double miner. We want you to have the lowest priority. So we're going to have you come over here and join the line. We're going to have you come over here and join the line like this so that you're earlier in joining the line. And then the last to join the line is you over here. Right? Looks good. Okay. Let's do power towers. Looks like 2 will do the job. Need a wireless to connect it up. Okay. Now, you're going to make all the magnets for me. And then you're going to come over here and join this line. Like so. Let's add power. Like so. Looks good. You were a test case. We'll get rid of you. Okay, let's finish the line up to here. And then we do our last set of inputs and everything should start flowing. I think, if I've set this up correctly. Okay. So we're making magnets. We're making turbines. I think we're done here. I think we're very good. Let's just clean up our mess. Looks good. So there we go. Now, I am seeing a little bit of slowdown here. What are you waiting for? Product overflow. Right. I don't have an output line. That could be important too. Let's get a little bit more color going then. I think we want 2 lines. Oh, interesting. Doesn't quite work the way I thought. Okay. Let's get an output line here. Can I put that there, or... yeah, I can. Okay. So then I actually have a little bit too much here. Let me spruce this back up. And we'll cut some of this. Looks good. Okay. Let's get output sorters. Come on out with your turbines for me. Thank you very much for your service. Oh, that's beautiful. So many electric turbines going to be available. This was a productive episode. Hydrogen fuel rods, a little bit more power here on Allwade 4. And using PLS and ILS to really ramp up production here. So the turbines are going to go in here. Yeah. Turbines are going to go in here. And they are going to be local storage. We're going to supply to remote. I guess we can supply locally if anybody wants them. But 3,000 should be enough. Yes. All right, let's feed this in. Do I have one more... Do I have one more input on this side? I do. I think I'd like to just, like, complete the trifecta of belts here. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I need to push this in, not pull it out, right? Okay, I guess I have to do it like that. Okay. Can I now go like this? I can. Very nice. Okay. So, Mr. Output Belt full of turbines, why don't you bang a right here? And make your way over to the tower. We're running long, aren't we? It's because I had to go fight that stupid base. Okay, come over here. And along to here. Very nice. There we go. So there is an additional 360, I believe, is what we made up. This is going 30 per second, and we did 12. So yeah, 360 electromagnetic turbines per minute. That is going to help tremendously with building more particle containers and more supermagnetic rings. That's fantastic. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I know we kind of backtracked technologically to build these things, but we needed the throughput for our future. So we had to come back and make these happen. And I feel like I am getting better at kind of getting these bigger builds up and running fast, understanding where to leverage local resources and where to pull things in from space. And yeah, I feel like I made the most of this episode. I feel like getting another 360 electromagnetic turbines per minute up and running, plus dealing with that relay and setting up some hydrogen fuel rod power was a pretty productive episode. Thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.